Welcome back to Strictly Sports. I'm Ethan.
I'm Austin.
And we're here ready to talk fantasy football.
Yeah.
The season is finally upon us. Just less than 2 weeks away.
Yep, we never thought it'd happen, but we're here.
Still a little bit doubtful it's going to happen, but hey, it probably will. Momentum's a powerful thing. So, yeah, we're going to talk strategies in your fantasy drafts, and then we're also going to do a very own mock draft.
Oh boy.
Yes, it's like the real thing, but mocking.
Yes, the most flattering interpretation, if you will.
And don't worry, we will mock each other as we make our selections.
Now, I expect nothing less.
So yeah, why don't you start us off? Talk to me. What is your strategy going into the draft, Austin?
So I've been very quiet to Ethan about this
Yes,
for about the last 2 months.
It's been torturous.
Every time we get together, it's just, what's your strategy for drafting this year? I'm not telling you yet. But as we have gotten closer and closer, I will say there is a strategy now. I'm going wide receiver heavy in the first round. Quarterback heavy second round.
Oh my goodness. So yeah,
and then after that, nothing but running backs.
Very interesting. So, that's kind of similar to a strategy I've actually been considering this year. So it's, I'm going to be honest with you, there's a vast majority of the fantasy community that thinks that this is a dumb strategy, but I disagree with them. Okay. It's legitimate. Okay. It's called the 0 RB strategy. So basically what it is you go wide receiver in like positional picks heavy, so you get like the top tier tight ends, the top tier quarterbacks, and the top tier wide receivers, and then once it gets to like the 5th or 6th round, that's when you finally start considering drafting your running backs.
I mean, that's usually what I do.
Yeah, so. No, it's and depending on where you're at in the draft, I think that's a perfectly legitimate strategy.
If my opinion is, if you do not have one of the first 4 picks in your draft, you gotta look at wide receivers and other alternatives because the good running backs are gone.
Really?
The good ones are gone. The ones that are going to get you points.
Yeah.
It's McCaffrey who's going number 1 in any league out there, and if you don't do that, you're an idiot.
Yeah, no. There's an argument that can be made for Saquon Barkley, but no.
Well, he's a solid number 2.
You should pick
like those
Christian
2 are
McCaffrey.
1 and 2 guaranteed.
Mm-hmm.
There can be debates on who goes third, but those 2 are locked in. And if Barkley's healthy, he's probably going to compete with McCaffrey. But we'll talk about how we think the season's going to go after we do our mock here.
Yeah, my strategy going into this. So
yes, what words of wisdom do you have?
So, you know what? Depending on where I'm drafting, I got different strategies. My traditional draft strategy is go hard on the running backs because, in my opinion, and also some research bears this out, running backs get injured a lot.
Yes.
So, I like to have a lot of depth at that position.
Your draft last year really illustrated this. If I do recall, you drafted 5 of your first 6 picks were running backs.
Yup.
Yes. That was quite the strategy.
And, I guess you could see, I definitely see why going heavy wide receiver would be better in PPR. But if you manage to find enough pass-catching running backs, I think that kind of wipes out that advantage anyway. But this year, depending on where I'm ending up in the draft, so I have kind of an idea. If I end up in the top 4 of the draft, and I get to pick Christian McCaffrey, Ezekiel Elliott, or Saquon Barkley, maybe even Michael Thomas, I'm probably gonna end up going for maybe even a quarterback in the 2nd round.
What?
I know.
You draft a quarterback before round 5?
To preface, for those who don't know, I'm a big believer in late round quarterbacks because, once you get past the first 3, they don't really matter. Where was I?
I believe you were talking about your quarterback strategy.
Yes. So I like to take late round quarterbacks. I believe in late round quarterbacks because look, there were 35 top 10 or quarterbacks who made it into the top 10 last year. There
Yeah.
are only 32 teams. So, you can find a gem on the waiver wire and just play, matchups.
I mean, I see your strategy, but I still don't like putting my team in the hands of Andy Dalton, I gotta tell you.
It works.
I don't know how it worked for you, but
It can work. Ryan Fitzpatrick is amazing.
unless he was on the Bucks.
Yeah, no, so...
Oh no, he was good when he was on your team when he was on the Bucks.
Yup.
But whenever I'd pick him up right as soon as you released him, it was terrible.
They had to try the Josh Rosen experiment, right? Or
Oh,
was
yeah.
that... No, that was Miami. Never mind.
Yeah.
But yeah, so if I'm in the first, 3 picks of the draft, and I get, a really good running back to anchor my team, I'm totally fine with going Lamar Jackson or Patrick Mahomes in the second round if they're around.
Now-
Maybe even Russell Wilson.
Wow, okay.
Or if I see a really nice tight end like Travis Kelce, George Kittle, maybe even Mark Andrews in the second round, really thinking about it.
See, Andrews is going to be one of those tight ends this year, just really sneaks up on you. Because
Yeah.
I think he is a sleeper pick if there ever is one.
Really? I mean, I got him as my number 3 tight end this year.
Like, your third tight end you drafted?
He's the third top. He's gonna be a top 3 tight end.
Well, I think no one's going to be thinking about him is the thing.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna be thinking about him. Don't
'Cause
worry.
I know. I mean, him and Darren Waller.
Yeah,
Those two, they just don't have name value yet.
Darren Waller, I'm a little bit more iffy on because of
Derek Carr.
Yeah. Well, that and the wide receiver situation in
Vegas.
Oakland. Oh yeah.
Remember, they're in the
Vegas.
Death Star now.
Yeah, Vegas.
Dude, you saw the pictures I sent to you of that, didn't I?
Oh yeah.
That thing is massive.
Wow. Yeah, the wide receiver situation over there is interesting. They've got 2 excellent rookie wide receivers, and
Yeah, because they got Renfro and who's the other one?
oh no, Renfro's last year.
Oh, who'd they get this year?
Ruggs and Brian Edwards.
Oh, okay. I remember Ruggs, but I'm not familiar with Edwards.
Derek Carr's been pretty happy about Brian Edwards in
Okay.
camp, so that looks
that's a
interesting.
positive.
So yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about them, and plus I'm really hoping that Josh Jacobs gets more receiving work this year. Please.
I really don't see that happening now.
It's so why he's good at it. He was good at it in college.
I
Why
know
are they
he
not
was.
giving him the opportunity?
Because it's the fuckhead running it. Gruden.
Ugh,
It's his fault. That's why.
damn it,
He
Gruden.
doesn't like pass catching running backs.
I don't.
Otherwise, Cadillac
keeps
Williams would be a
signing-
Hall of Famer.
He just signed Theo Riddick.
Why?
I don't know. It's so frustrating. I don't know how to feel about Josh Jacobs. He could be a top 7 running back this year, but I just don't know if they're gonna use him.
He's going to be somewhere between 7th and 70th.
Yup.
Anyway, let's go ahead and randomize our picks here. We're going to do a mock draft on... What's this app called even?
The Sleeper app.
Yep. So let's go ahead and do that.
All right.
I usually get at the end here. Oh, yep, 8th.
Wow. Yep. And so I'll be going right after you,
Oh, joy.
and I'll be going 9th.
Lovely.
All right. Well,
Well,
let's hope we steal each other's players all the time.
I mean, I would expect nothing less.
All right. Here we go. Fire this up. Where do I start it at?
I guess we probably should have looked for the start button before we said that.
Wait.
Is that it?
There we go.
Hey.
And go. All right. First off the board is
No one.
computers having Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Ezekiel Elliott, Alvin Kamara, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. It's an interesting one. Michael Thomas, the first wide receiver, Dalvin Cook, and now the pick is yours, Austin.
Okay.
Who are you gonna pick? Who's available? We got Derrick Henry is up. That's a interesting pick right there.
Yeah, I mean, he is available. Henry's not a bad option.
Josh Jacobs is a guy that I really like a lot. And then you were talking about going wide receiver heavy. Devontae Adams is right there.
He is, but I see someone else that's going to get on my list here.
Oh, you going to reach for him?
I'm going to reach down a little bit.
Are you going for who I think it is?
Probably not.
Julio Holmes?
No, I'm reaching.
What?
I'm reaching further than that.
Oh, really? Oh, I think I know who you're reaching. Go ahead and make your pick.
You ready?
Sorry, who give me like the top 3 players you're considering right now.
Right now, first round. So, given who's off the board right now, which is McCaffrey, Barkley, Elliott, Kamara, Edwards, who I still don't really think needs to be up there.
I mean, he's a Kansas City running back. Here, I'll pause this so that you got plenty of time to make your pick.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, Derrick Henry's an option if I want to go running back. I really don't see anyone else that would be worth the pick right now.
Yeah, Josh Jacobs, I would consider him worth it, but
he's still
Mixon and Miles Sanders just they have too many question marks right now.
It's still too early.
Yeah.
This said, I'm gonna make a pick, and you're gonna laugh at me.
Mm-hmm.
Are you ready?
No, but hit me with it. You still haven't told me who your top 3 picks are, though.
Well,
wait, Derrick Henry, and who are the other 2?
Derrick Henry, and then I was looking at Adams, and then the person I went with,
Tyreek Hill. Wow.
Now, who are you going with?
All right, now, I mean, there's lots of fun running backs around. I'm not a huge fan of Derrick Henry.
You've made that point well aware.
I get it. He's good. He will get a lot of yards. I'm a little concerned that his touches are going to go down a bit because maybe they're going to try and develop A.J. Brown more. But
at the same time, Tannehill's the quarterback, so you got to expect Henry to have some work.
And at the end of the day, you know what? This is a PPR format. I want a point. He doesn't catch passes. So here, I'm going to go with a wide receiver first.
Whoa!
And I'm going to pick my number 2 wide receiver.
Is it Adams?
It is definitely Adams. As soon as I figure out how to draft it on my computer.
You hit that button. On the left side.
There it is. Devontae Adams. I really believe in him. Now, it's back to me again. Derrick Henry, Josh Jacobs went off the board. That's pretty... I understand those picks. And you know what? Mixon is what the computer is telling me to pick. And there's lots of great, people available here. If I wanted to go wide receiver heavy and pick one of my favorite players, Julio Holmes, that'd be pretty crazy.
That would be a bit insane.
But
are you going to, though?
I can't not pick a running back here. And of the running backs, I like Kenyon Drake. I just don't trust him enough. And I think Chase Edmonds could take over if he just messes up at any point. I don't like Nick Chubb here because he's competing with Kareem Hunt.
Yeah, because Kareem Hunt's not suspended at all this year, so
yeah,
that's going to make the Cleveland backfield a bit.
I just don't believe in the Green Bay Packers offense. I don't believe in Miles Sanders right now. I don't think he's going to be starting the season, and I don't really want my second-round pick to be injured at the start of the season.
Yeah.
And I don't believe in the Bengals offense, so I'm going to go with one of my favorite guys. Now, there's a lot of people concerned about Tyrod Taylor.
Oh, I see where you're going. I see where you're going here.
They say he doesn't pass to the running back, but I don't know if he's ever had Austin Eckler to pass to at running back. So I'm going to lock in Austin Eckler. He finished number 6 on the year, and still, and he had to compete with Melvin Gordon for half of that.
Yeah, I mean, that is pretty impressive, I won't lie. My pick now, though, should not shock anyone because I told you, wide receiver, quarterback.
You doing it, Mahomes?
I'm going Mahomes. Patrick Mahomes.
Oh my goodness. I mean, he is an X factor. Oh, Travis Kelce's off the board. Oh,
I don't like that.
No, not George Kittle too.
Oh no. Whatever shall you do?
I wanted them to make it back to me. All right, now you're on the clock again. You gonna pick Lamar Jackson?
I mean,
don't you
I
dare.
could.
Don't you dare.
I really could though.
Don't you dare. Why? Why would you do that? If only we had a super flex.
Super flex.
All right, so who are you thinking about here?
Well, there's some options at running back that don't look bad, but I don't really see one that pops out to me.
Todd Gurley is interesting.
I just don't know how he's going to do in Atlanta is my problem.
I don't trust Le'Veon Bell.
I
just
don't.
Okay, no, I don't trust Adam Gase.
Oh, Mr. Buttle.
Yeah.
Yes, Adam Gase is he's unreliable. And because of that, I'm going to go wide receiver again to a very reliable option.
Oh, no.
And it's going to be from your team.
Damn it. I was hoping.
It would be Kenny Galladay.
You know what? I'm mad. I'm a little tilted.
You're a little...
I really like Kenny Galladay. He's really neat. I would take him over Chris Godwin and Mike Evans.
I would take him over Evans, not Godwin.
I would take him over both of them. But, you know what? I'm sitting here in the third round. I've got a decent running back. I've got a damn good wide receiver.
But you have no quarterback.
I don't have a quarterback.
I see who's available.
And Lamar Jackson is right there. And if Lamar Jackson, it's the third round, and Lamar Jackson is there, man, I'm going for it. I can't not. Sign me up for Madden 2020. Let's do it.
I get it completely.
Sign me up for the cheat code. I want it.
Looks like the computer drafted Bell and Thielen.
Yeah, no, Thielen. Okay, a lot of people. Thielen's a little bit of a sleeper for me, because
he could do really well, but
Diggs is gone. Diggs is gone.
Yeah, but at the same time, I feel like Diggs is what helps him a bit, because it took all of the defense covering both of them at the same time.
Yeah. All right. So I'm on the clock again now. I don't want Todd Gurley. I'm going to be completely honest. I don't trust his arthritis. And I just don't trust the Falcons' offense either.
I was about to say, I'm more concerned about that part.
And kind of the same goes for Allen Robinson. I'm not a fan of Allen Robinson.
Well, I just don't like Chicago at the moment. Like, they just don't look good.
All right. But you know what? Hey, this is a mock draft. I'm going to try things out that I don't usually try, just to see how it goes. So I'm going to go do another crazy pick. I'm reaching.
Oh, Lord.
I'm reaching far.
Doing?
I'm going to take Mark Andrews. He's not going to make it back to me. He's my number 3 tight end. I think he could be number 2. Like, if it goes really well for him. Lamar Jackson loves him. So, Lamar Jackson, Mark Andrews stack, I'm all about it.
That's actually a very interesting one there.
I'm all about that stack.
Yeah, I respect it. I really do. Like, that's a good combo.
Yeah.
Man, you put me in a very interesting position because I was actually going to take Mark Andrews.
Yes. I was right. He wasn't making it back.
No, he wasn't. He wasn't going to make it past me. Yeah, man. There's some okay options out there. It's just picking and choosing between them is going to be the problem.
Yeah, there's tons of great wide receivers here.
There is, and I think I'm honestly going to have to just go with another wide receiver.
Yeah, one of the things that I don't understand why people are drafting Jonathan Taylor so high. Like, he still has to win the job.
Yeah, and with Marlon Mack still there, whether he's injured or not, he's going to be a threat for the lead role.
Yeah, I mean, Jonathan Taylor is the future, though. Is kind of why people are picking him so high, but I don't think he's going to take over that quickly.
I agree, and that's why I'm going wide receiver here.
Yeah.
And I'm going to go with someone who usually wrecks me whenever they face me. So I'm going to go this.
I knew it. Cooper Kupp. Man, I don't know how to feel. I still feel like Robert Woods is the one to pick over Cooper Kupp, but I totally understand why people go for him.
Don't get me wrong. I still feel that
all right,
Robert Woods is the premier
Oh
receiver.
man, I was really hoping DJ Chark would make it back to me.
Some
other people of note that went off the board. Jonathan Taylor got drafted 409. Robert Woods is gone. Calvin Ridley, another really interesting sleeper, in my opinion. I think he could really break out this year.
Really?
Yeah, because the touchdowns have to go somewhere, and Jones does not like catching touchdowns anymore. And Austin Hooper's gone. I think he can kind of slot in to that role a little bit.
That is true.
Also, I was really hoping AJ Brown would make it back to me.
Well, sorry about your luck.
Yeah.
Tell you what, I got some options here. I really think I'm gonna go for something that I probably would not do if this was the real draft.
You don't have a running back yet.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go for something here.
Yeah, lay it on me.
Well, he's from the team that you're already heavy on.
Yeah? Ooh.
I'm gonna go with Mr. Ingram.
Yeah, Ingram is interesting this year. I don't think it's going to happen this year, but J.K. Dobbins is just sort of lurking in the background for me. And it scares me, but Ingram was so good last year.
It's just hard to bet against Ingram because even if he stops producing yardage, he's going to get the touchdowns. He's like Marshawn Lynch.
Yeah.
Like, he will get you touchdowns. He will probably not have yardage. He's going to have like 14 yards, but he's going to have 3 touchdowns. That's just the way he is.
Totally agree. Now, okay, up here we got some more wide receivers.
Is that where you're
heading?
heading?
I don't understand why DK Metcalf is drafted higher than Tyler Lockett. It does not make sense to me. I get they're going like back to back almost, but Tyler Lockett is the one. And Russell Wilson is still passing to him.
Until I see DK Metcalf's receptions go above Tyler Lockett, I will not consider him wide receiver 1 in Seattle.
Now, here, I'm actually going to go with somebody who looked real great in the off-season. I'm going to go running back.
Oh, you're going running back.
I'm going to go with Raheem Mostert here.
Solid.
The Colonel himself. I thought about Kareem Hunt. He's interesting. He's pass-catching. And I probably would have picked him if he wheeled, but he did not. But I think Raheem Mostert is just in the best running offense there is. He's got some threats from what's his name, Jerick McKinnon and Tevin Coleman.
Yes, Coleman.
I think he can lock it down.
I don't think Coleman's reliable enough to keep it, so it's more just Jerick McKinnon I'd be worried
And the
about.
other running back I would consider is David Montgomery, but I would not be excited to have any part of the Bears offense.
I wouldn't be excited to have any part of the Bears that isn't their secondary on defense. That's about the only bright spot over there.
Alright, now here, I'm definitely going to go wide receiver.
Okay.
And there's a couple that I'm looking between right now that I really love. I don't like DK that much. But Terry McLaurin is there. And that's really interesting.
See, before you chose Mostert, that's where I thought you were heading.
I was really considering it. But
you always have high praise of McLaren.
He's good. He's good. But Dwayne Haskins exists.
No.
And Dwayne Haskins is just, unfortunately, not as good this year. Not as good.
Now, what if Alex Smith does indeed come back?
Oh, man, I'm
change
all over Terry McLaurin. But the other guy I'm looking at here is Keenan Allen.
Yeah, see,
he's got a new quarterback too.
That's true. I have an issue with Keenan Allen, and that's that he is injured every single time that I draft him.
And he just has a tendency to just, like, do really well in, like, the first half and then disappear in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
But, so, I'm going to go with the up-and-comer. I love Terry McLaurin too much. I'm all about that F1.
There you go.
I'm going for it. Locking it in.
McLaurin for the win.
Yes. The Washington team.
Did they come up with a name yet?
No. They're still dealing with Dan Snyder's crap. Come on.
Oh.
Haven't you heard about the cheerleader? He apparently,
yes.
Yeah, no.
If you're listening, let's go look it up yourself. I'm not going to talk about it on here.
Fuck Dan Snyder.
He's just a disgusting human.
All right, you're on the board. DK Metcalf is still there.
He is. However, I see someone else that interests me.
Yeah?
I think I'm going to go for him.
You don't have a tight end yet, right?
I do not.
Yeah.
You're looking at him too, aren't you?
Man, I almost thought about drafting him, to be honest.
Well, there he is. It is Mr. Zach Ertz.
I'm excited about, like, he could do some crazy stuff this year because, once again, Philadelphia has no wide receivers.
No. Like, didn't they draft one and it still doesn't look like they're going to beat anyone?
Rager.
No, oh, yeah. That's who.
But and he's probably starting because Jeffrey's not starting this season. I don't think he's going to play this year.
Is he still injured?
Yes. And who knows what's going to happen with Deshaun Jackson. And then there's Greg Ward.
Oh boy, what an option. Well, I'm back on the board now, so let's go ahead and just take a look at some of the running backs here. That's probably what I should.
Hey, there's your backup.
Well, I mean, I could just get Dobbins if, Ingram doesn't work out.
Do not recommend that strategy.
However, this strategy has worked for me in the past. It got me my one title in our fantasy league.
Really?
Remember, I had Kamara and I had Ingram.
Oh, okay. I mean, that is like the exception to the rule.
I lucked out big time on that one. I'm not gonna lie.
I can't even think. I don't know if there is a running back committee that I'd be. The only one I'd be willing to take a part of is Kareem Hunt and Chubb. I would be willing to draft both of those.
Yeah, but neither of which I would draft high is the thing. Like 5th round earliest for either of them.
All right, so but you're on the clock. Who you thinking? You got J.K. Dobbins. You got James White, Marlon Mack.
Well, Mack's not bad. I could live with White. Dobbins, as much as I want to do the committee, probably shouldn't. I'm probably going to go with this running back here that's been very reliable for me in the past, and I've drafted him about every year since he came into the league just because he was reliable for me since I grabbed him on the waiver wire the first year he was playing. It's going to be Philip Lindsay.
Yes. Oh, man. Melvin Gordon, though.
Is that where you're heading?
No, I mean, it's just Melvin Gordon being on his team is just... I love Philip Lindsay. I would prefer him to have the starting role.
See, I'm not as concerned about that, mostly because he's had competition in the past.
And he still beat them out.
Yeah, because Royce Freeman came through. He had there was another one too. What was his name? I don't remember, but it was like 2 years ago. Because he had to beat out someone for the starting job.
Yeah.
I still can't remember who it was, though. Maybe I'll add in the name here if I remember.
Well, here I am faced with a slate of wide receivers just to have a whole bunch of questions. I'm not taking Brown. I already have Andrews. I'm not stacking that many people.
Yeah, something I've learned, and I call it the Atlanta Falcons rule. Don't have more than 2 people from an offense.
AJ Green?
Are you that desperate?
No. Stephon Diggs is interesting, I think.
If Buffalo does well,
there's lots of questions.
That could be an option.
There's lots of questions there, though. John Brown's still there. Will Fuller is made of glass.
He's going to score 40 points for you every week. But those are just the weeks he's healthy.
Yeah. And I kind of lean towards the safer pick in that offense of Brandon Cooks. Because, man, I get he's on a new team or whatever, but that man has been on like 4 different teams and been a wide receiver 1 on all of them.
That's true. Clearly he doesn't get along with people, otherwise he wouldn't keep getting traded, but at the same time, he's got talent.
Now, I am kind of looking for a bit more depth at running back.
How many do you have right now? You have 2 already.
Yeah.
That's like a record low for you, so...
So, I'm looking there.
Yeah, I feel like I see where you're heading here.
You know, I'm going to go ahead and lock in a wide receiver now.
Oh,
that's okay.
You're going wide receiver now. Okay.
I'm going to pick Diggs.
Okay.
Going about it. But on the backswing, though, I got my eye.
Oh, I have a feeling I know where this is heading.
You know who I love for the Super Bowl?
Yeah.
I'm going with James White. Because, man, Cam Newton He's going to be Cam Newton's new Christian McCaffrey. He's just going to be catching dinks and dunks everywhere. It's going to be great.
Dinks and dunks. I don't think I've ever heard it.
Dinks and dunks, man. He's the dinks and dunks guy.
All right, then.
You can call him Duncan.
Thank you. You know?
Why is Rob Gronkowski this high? No one. Don't pick Rob Gronkowski.
I've debated it for a second.
Don't do
I
it.
won't lie.
Don't do it.
I'm not going to. It's a trap.
Old. He's in Florida because he's retired.
That's not why he's in Florida.
Because he's retired.
No, I'm going to go with a reliable option that has really gotten me through a lot of seasons here.
Oh, AJ Green?
No. I said reliable. I'm going to go with Jarvis Landry.
Ooh, yeah?
Just because he averages so many points or catches per game that I just feel comfortable having him.
Damn it!
What?
Antonio Gibson.
Who?
He's the rookie running back for the Washington team, and I just because I have Terry McLaurin, I'm not super interested in him, but I just
You were hoping
Gibson
to have him.
Is a sleeper here, and I just wish I'd gotten back to him. Jordan Howard is like the last starting running back, in my opinion, and Tariq Cohen I think is also a good sleeper because I think he's going to be good in the first couple games. I don't think Montgomery's going to play.
No, at least not a ton.
Now you're on the board again. Who
I started Tariq Cohen last year. And
yeah,
we saw how that went.
He when he's by himself, he does really well. He does
he gets you about
Austin Eckler stuff.
20, 25 points. Those are reasonable numbers.
Are you gonna take a running quarterback here? There's so many great quarterbacks available.
You know I could.
No, don't.
But I'm not going to.
You don't need more than one quarterback. You really don't.
I disagree.
You really don't.
I will show you my strategy when we get there. Because we have, 6 picks left? Yeah, I know what I'm doing. Don't you worry. There's a lot of option here. I could go tight end. There's a few people there that look good. Like Noah Fant could break out this year.
Ooh, yeah? But you already have a tight end.
I do, which is why I'm not going that direction. So that
Zach Moss could. I've been hearing good things from training camp. He hasn't fumbled, unlike Devin Singletary.
Oh well, then he's already got a chance.
Yeah.
Breda's down in Miami now, so he could do something.
Yeah, but he's got to compete with Jordan Howard.
Yeah.
Not a huge fan.
Well, I mean, those are both people who are destined to be backup running backs battling for a starter job. So who knows how that could end up. If Dalvin Cook breaks something again, Madison automatically becomes an option.
Marvin Jones Jr. there.
Carry on Johnson's right there.
But you could stack Jones Jr. and Kenny Galladay.
No, I'm not that desperate.
Deontay Johnson is an interesting sleeper.
Oh, a wide receiver?
Yeah, Big Ben's back. He could take over the Juju role.
He could, but I don't know. I'm going to go a different direction here. And I'm going to roll with this option.
Christian Kirk. Oh, man. Wide receiver 3 for the Arizona Cardinals.
Yeah, well, I had home games only.
Is anyone drafting Larry Fitzgerald?
He is still available.
I don't understand that.
It's because he only comes to home games. You have to have someone for the road.
But he's no longer the one. I think he's actually going to be a lot better this year.
Just because he doesn't have the pressure of being the number one
receiver?
receiver?
Yeah, because they're going to have to defend DeAndre Hopkins, who is indefensible.
Yeah, that's going to be a challenge. Those three, which is why I'm going Christian Kirk. Because I think you're going to see something happen here that happened in Houston a couple years ago, which is they've just got so many options you can't cover all of them.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, that's how Will Fuller broke out originally. Because it was, what was his name? It was one of the Ohio State quarterbacks that turned into a wide receiver. There was
Terrell Pryor?
No, the other one.
No.
Anyway, he was outside, and then DeAndre Hopkins was on one side, and then you had Will Fuller at slot. Yep. And that's what I see Christian Kirk doing here.
Yeah, no, I could see it happening. It definitely could. But I think Larry Fitzgerald is being disrespected.
I think at home games, he's going to be great. And if you want to take him, you go right ahead.
Well, I'm not taking him here for sure. I think I mentioned a wide receiver. I already have 3 of them. I don't need another one right now. I'm going to take Zach Moss. I think he's interesting.
Okay.
He could pan out. He's my 4th running back, so I'm not super concerned about having to play him. And I think he could be an interesting development later on in the season.
Okay.
Now here, I got some options. Some running back I really like. If I didn't have James White, I would be all over Damian Harris. I think that he is going to take over Sony Michel's role in being the every down back.
Okay.
Another interesting player here is Emmanuel Sanders. I think that's going to be very interesting.
I think him in New Orleans might work out.
Yeah, because, they can't... I understand they do, but they can't keep throwing to Michael Thomas.
I mean, they're going to try to prove you wrong.
Somebody's going to figure out how to defend him. If I was thinking about a backup tight end, Hunter Henry wouldn't be bad.
No, I'm still not opposed to Noah Fant either.
I could see taking a flyer on Marvin Jones, but I don't like his consistency. So therefore, I'm going for somebody who's very consistent.
Who's that?
And in a PPR format.
Oh, I see where you're going.
20 targets a game.
Is he a Jet?
He is a Jet. He is from the butthole. It's Jamison Crowder.
Oh.
I got, he could just catch it so many. Sam Darnold has to throw it to somebody. And it's not going to be Le'Veon Bell.
No, I mean... That is the reliable option. You got to give it to him. Now, you recently said, do not draft 2 quarterbacks in this league.
But you have to, don't you? You fanboy. Dirty little fanboy.
Now, I'm going to, but I'm not doing it this round.
Do you have a poster of him hanging above your ceiling yet? Just above your bed?
Not yet, but... As a Tampa fan, I have to have a Buccaneer on my team every year.
Oh, no.
And honestly, this is probably the best he's ever going to be outside of his prime. So, I've got to do it. I'm not happy about it, but I've got to do it.
Yeah! Tom Brady.
I have selected Tom Brady.
I personally don't think you need backup quarterbacks. There's plenty on the waiver wire usually.
I mean, with only 14 available spots, I understand that. But at the same time, why not have one already on your roster?
Ooh, you're back. Now, it's a little risky picking another person from Detroit. Because, they only get to have, 2 people from their offense that put any output out for a game. And that's the quarterback and the wide receiver, pretty much, usually.
Yeah, which is why I'm not going Kerryon Johnson. I hate to break that to you. Chase Edmonds is interesting. I could see him doing something if Drake doesn't pan out.
I think that they're going to try really hard with Drake, though. It'll take an injury for Chase Edmonds to move up, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I really see no reason that Drake falls off at least running back 1. There are some other interesting ones. Duke Johnson, if you want to try to get, catches for your running back, that could be an option. Because obviously I've kind of got to go running back at this point.
I think David Johnson's going to be doing that. I don't understand why they still have Duke Johnson.
Because they've already got a contract with him. Fuck it. Just keep him. Nyheim Hines could do something.
Dude, he could be Phillip Rivers, Austin Eckler in Indianapolis.
He really
could.
I could pick a big sleeper that could work out with LaShawn McCoy in Tampa.
Okay.
It could work out.
I don't know, man. I actually, you know what? Believe it or not, I believe in Ronald Jones this year.
Well, someone has to.
I do. Like
you are the only person.
I think he could. I think he could break out this year.
I see the rookie that they drafted. I think it's like Keyshawn Vaughn.
Yeah.
I could see him becoming the starter and Jones being number 2, and then McCoy just coming in whenever they need relief. But I see no possible way that Ronald Jones becomes a true number 1. It's just difficult to see it.
I think it's gonna be the Ronald McDonald show.
I don't.
We're going to the big house with the golden arches.
No, just no. There's just not a whole lot else on the running back page. I mean, there's some people at the bottom end that if
who knows
really
what's going to happen with the Rams running back situation. Like, who's it going to be? Malcolm Brown, Cam Akers? Maybe it could be Darrell Henderson.
Who knows? Maybe I'm going to put a Rams jersey on and go play for them.
All right, but there is one starting running back left on the board. His name is Adrian Peterson.
I'm not drafting Adrian Peterson. I'm sorry, he's too old and he's playing for the Washington team. I don't trust any of that.
So you're thinking about a wide receiver here then?
No, I'm going to go running back.
Oh, you're still doing it.
I'm going to roll with this and we'll see what happens.
Who'd you pick? Chase Edmonds. Interesting.
Yep, I'm just banking on somehow, some way Kenyon Drake getting hurt.
All right,
I don't wish it upon him, but that's about the only way that Chase Edmonds is going to get points.
For sure. But, alright, so here I am. I don't really have a whole lot of interest in most of these people. Man, as much as I don't want to do it.
Is it time?
I think I have to take Kerryon Johnson. Now.
You're taking Kerryon Johnson.
Because
you rag on him all the time.
It's true. I rag on all Detroit running backs because they all suck, no matter how great and talented they are.
Unless their last name is Sanders, they've never been good.
But actually, he has a chance at the starting role this year still, despite DeAndre Swift's presence, because I think Swift is injured right now.
Interesting.
So he actually, despite the fact that Kerryon Johnson is wearing a brace, a knee brace, and says he feels more comfortable in it, which is a little concerning.
Yeah, it is.
He could be the starter for the first couple weeks and prove pretty useful then.
Has a starter that's at running back ever worn a brace before?
Sure, probably. Talk to Todd Gurley. He probably has. So yeah, I'm going with Kerryon Johnson. And then on the backswing, this is my last positional pick, so I'm going to reach deep for this one.
Okay, how deep you reaching?
I mean, this is like, I'm not going to get him. I'm going to have to go with defense and kicker next. So I got to go with who I believe in. And I love running backs.
I know you do.
But, man, I want a shot at having the Carson Wentz number 1 receiver. I don't believe in rookie wide receivers. But man, he's a veteran, but I gotta go for it.
Who is it?
Deshaun Jackson.
Good Lord.
I mean, who's he gonna throw to?
You're not wrong in the thinking there.
Theoretically, I probably should have gone with Boston Scott, and that's who my heart wanted.
But that's not who's gonna help you.
But I really want to, like, if I could start Deshaun Jackson, he could have a great week 1 and then I trade him.
It's a solid strategy. There's some people in our league that would probably be desperate for him.
Alright, this is going to be your last positional pick, isn't it? So who are you picking?
No, it's not.
Oh no, do you have a defense?
No.
You don't have a kicker.
I'm about to.
Oh, you're picking
I
kicker.
don't let this gentleman leave my sight. If I can get him, Justin Tucker, welcome to my team.
Oh yeah, I'm not here. There's no one for me to get this steal him from you.
See, I don't like getting a kicker if his name is not Justin Tucker.
Yeah. Meanwhile, over here, I don't give a shit about kickers.
See, that's the thing. Justin Tucker will get you points. It's not a ton, but if you're close against an opponent, it helps.
I have 3 kickers that I choose from usually. Matt Prater, because he's on the Lions. And then Young Ho Koo, for obvious reasons.
Because his name's fun.
And I like Kaimi Fairburn.
Yeah, I mean, I usually go with... If I can't get Tucker, I either go with Zerline.
Oh, yeah, Greg the Leg.
Or I also go Matt Prater. Just because reliability.
Hey, Matt Prater's really good.
Yeah, he's very good if you need someone to just make extra points for you. He's not going to make the field goals, but he'll make the extra point every time.
For sure. All right, you're on the board. You picking a defense?
Oh.
You going with someone else? Jalen Rager's right there.
You know what? I've been talking about this guy the whole draft. I might as well grab him.
Tony Pollard.
No.
Oh, Noah Fant?
Noah Fant. I'm going to
You
go.
don't need a backup tight end.
Why not?
All right, I'm going defense here. Always go defense first. Then you go kicker, and this is almost every mock draft I've done this year. I've gotten this defense. I believe in it.
Yeah, are you choosing it again?
I'm taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. All right, we're going over to my kicker.
I've told you before, if Bruce Arians is the head coach, they've got a shot on defense.
All right, and now all 3 of my favorite kickers are here.
Oh boy, so you got
Which one do I pick?
all the pickings available.
I already have a Lion. And you know what? I don't pick him often enough. I'm going to go with Kaimi Fairburn.
All right, there you go.
All right, who's your defense? Ooh, the Cowboys?
Is not the Cowboys.
The Dolphins.
No.
The Saints aren't the worst. I do not trust the Vikings defense this year.
I haven't trusted them since Brett Favre left.
Oh, that's fair. The Bengals.
No.
The Colts
No. I just don't feel like the Colts are an option here. I'm actually probably going to roll with Seattle. Just because I've picked them in the past. They've been reliable for me. I'm going to roll Seattle.
Alright. Oh, Matt Prater finally went off the board. And Matt Gay with the last pick. Alright, let's review. What do we got? You go first. You picked first.
Alright, hold on. I'm taking screenshots of everything. Because that's definitely not how I'm showing this or anything. Alright, so my final team ended up being the starters would be Patrick Mahomes at quarterback. My running backs would be Mark Ingram and Philip Lindsay starting. And then I've got Tyreek Hill and Kenny Galladay at wide receiver.
Good.
Yeah, honestly, I like this team.
Yeah.
Zach Ertz at tight end. Our flex would be Cooper Kupp. Kicker would be Justin Tucker. Defense being Seattle Seahawks. And then, as for my bench, I would have Jarvis Landry, Christian Kirk, Tom Brady, Chase Edmonds, and Noah Fant.
Interesting. All right, so here I'm starting my Lamar Jackson. I did not believe I would get him, but hey, probably won't happen in a real draft. But I can live the dream.
I really think that there's going to be at least 3 quarterbacks gone in our real draft.
In the first round?
Yes. Just because of the people that are in our league, they'll be gone.
Yeah, and I'm fine with that because that means I get better running backs.
We just get the positional players.
Yeah. And then at running back, that's not my favorite position in this team. Austin Eckler and Raheem Mostert, not super happy about that. Could be better. I'm very happy about my wide receivers, Devontae Adams and Terry McLaurin.
If McLaurin works out, that's going to be really good for you.
With either James White or Stephon Diggs in my flex, I'm pretty happy with that. And on my bench, I can always spot in Jamison Crowder if the matchup is good. Same goes for Deshaun Jackson.
Oh, they don't even have a picture for Zach Moss yet.
Oh, poor little Zach Moss. And, you know, Zach Moss, Kerryon Johnson are both picks that could pan out if injuries happen.
The wind blows right.
Yeah. So it's not the strongest team I've ever drafted, but it's not bad.
No, you always
in Mark Andrews at tight end. Like that. Whew. The Lamar Jackson and Mark Andrews stack is very interesting to me.
I see no way that doesn't pan out well for you. Like it's gonna get your results.
Yeah, for sure. I would have preferred if Kittle had dropped to me, but beggars can't be choosers.
Yeah. I mean, I would have preferred Travis Kelce drop to me too, but that wasn't going to happen.
I mean, in our real draft, I'm seriously considering taking Travis Kelce in the second round.
It's worth a look.
Yeah, especially because I think if I'm in like the early picks and it comes back around to me and a bunch of people pick quarterbacks, ooh, hey, look, Travis Kelce or George. I consider Kelce and Kittle to be equivalent picks. Like, I don't think you can go wrong with either one of those.
No, they're both the top tight end in the league. As weird as it sounds, I really don't think I'm gonna be lucky enough to get Patrick Mahomes in the second round. To be honest,
no, Mahomes, Jackson, and honestly, maybe even Prescott will all go in the first round.
There's a small chance I could even see Russell Wilson leaving in the first round too.
Yeah,
just knowing the people in our league that are there.
Man, yeah, I know who my quarterback is going to be this year.
Who's that?
I'm pretty sure it's going to be Cam Newton.
That's okay.
I'm like 90% sure it's going to be Cam Newton.
You see, I'm probably going to have Tom Brady on my roster in some form just because I really see no way that he doesn't succeed.
Yeah.
He's got so many options now. You don't even need running backs. Screw Ronald Jones. You don't even need him on the field. You've got 3 tight ends and 2 wide receivers that are great.
I mean, he needs his James White option.
Well, then just put LaShawn McCoy back there. You're fine. Just
fucking retirement home. The Buccaneers retirement home.
I will make a shirt that says that.
Be great. If I feel like reaching for a quarterback, I might end up with Josh Allen. Maybe I don't think like Kyler Murray. He went in the 7th in this draft.
I don't think he lasts that long.
He doesn't make it past the 3rd round, in my opinion.
No, I say he doesn't make it past the 2nd round. There's at least one person out there that I think is going to draft him.
Yeah. I totally agree. But hey, that means I get much better running backs.
Yeah. We're going to get the Galladays. We're going to get
I'm going to get the Austin Eckler and like the
Carson.
Derrick Henry's in the 3rd round.
Yeah. There's even a chance Dalvin Cook could fall to the 2nd round in ours.
I wouldn't be surprised if David Johnson is in like the 6th round for us.
Yeah. I could see that. All right, well, that was our draft. We mocked it up for you, gave our strategy, showed you what we're gonna do.
Yeah, you better be listening, fellow league members.
Yes, this goes out to certain members.
I'll be sending it to you directly.
Yep. Prepare yourselves. This will go up sometime before our draft, hopefully.
Like an hour before.
Probably. So listen up and listen good. Take our words of warning and appreciate the wisdom. And that'll be all for this episode. We'll have a part 2 discussing what we think of the upcoming season, and then that'll be it for sports this year. So hope you get your fill. Enjoy.
Well, it's canceled.
Just like everything else 2020.
Damn it, 2020.
Alright, I've been Austin.
This is Ethan.
Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah, touch that pigskin, crunch those numbers, do the stuff. Sports ball.